This is Divya. Let us discuss history or background of English literature in the session 1. So here let me discuss what is English literature. English literature refers to the study of texts from around the world written in English language, which is something written in English language called English literature. So here every literature has its own background and history, like Kannada and other languages. Here English has also many incidents or conquerings influenced literature and language as well. One of the important such invasion is Anglo-Saxons during 449 AD. Anglo-Saxon invasion to the British land is in 5th century had brought a storming beginning to the English language. During that time, society was led by warrior chief and English emerged as a little written language, and during that period there was no hope for afterlife, and people usually valued earthly virtues of bravery, loyalty, generosity and friendship. Later when we come across what is the first great English work is Beowulf with unknown writer. It is an epic poem written around 7th century, and monster Grendel was a demonic hero. Hero fights with monster Grendel here, and which took place in Scandinavia. So another important incident that took place during 1066 AD is Norman conquest, which is very highly influential, and William of Normandy defeats Anglo-Saxon army and begins their era. English replaced by French language. It was the language of ruling class. When we find some effects of Norman conquest is English started transforming with the influence of French language. English has spelling and grammar changes happened, and London became the administrative center, and this determined the spoken and written forms of standard English. From there, standard English started developing. And later parts, French literature has won the heart of English people, and it also influenced English literature. And militaristic culture was very influential by that time. England became a confident and militaristic, which later determined the boundaries of vast empire. England entered full phase of European life by that time, and along with the French, Latin was influenced in prose writing. Feudalism, chivalry and courtly love were the social conditions of English land. So in the background, I definitely should mention different periods in English literature. Historians have divided British literature in different ways over a time as follows. Those were Old English period, Middle English period, Renaissance, Neoclassical period, Romantic period, Victorian period, Edwardian period, Georgian period, the modern period, and last but one, the postmodern period. which is the one we are living today. So in all those ages, we see different kinds and different patterns of writing, styles of writing of English literature. Next, let me talk on poetry. How to define poetry? Poetry is a type of literature based on the interplay of word and rhythm. The quote is from literaryterms.net. So something written with the interplay of word and the rhythm is called a poetry. Beowulf is traced as the first epic English poem by historians. Few other anonymous poems of the period are Wordsworth, The Husband's Message, Doer's Lament, The Seafarer, and The Wanderer. Common subjects of the earliest poems as follows: religious faith, heroic deeds, from pagan myths, stories from Bible and Germanic folklore. Let me talk on prose. What is prose? It is written language in its ordinary form rather than poetry. So something written rather than poetry is from Cambridge Dictionary. For example, novel, essay, newspaper articles, etc. The earliest English prose work is the Law Code of King Ethelbert I of Kent. Let us come to the novel. It is a fictitious prose narrative of considerable length and complexity, portraying characters and usually presenting a sequential organization of action and scenes. Sequential organization of action and scenes, and something narrative, which is a lengthier one, is called as a novel. Robinson Crusoe, written in 1719 by Daniel Defoe, often called as the first English novel. So here I better conclude by saying literature is an endless creation which is evolved through the ages, carrying impacts and influences. English language laid scope to the thousands of countries to experiment their writing. In a way, it's a progress and growth of English literature till today. I referred few references which I have referred for this session: History of English Literature by Velázquez, Wikipedia on English Literature, Cambridge English Dictionary, and literaryterms.net. So let me conclude the session with these references. Thank you, one and all.